Welcome back. Corsair DreamLeague Season 9. First series in the books, and that also means we had to say goodbye to our first team already, Immortals, falling short against Team Empire. And as you can see, my couch is empty at the moment. I had to let my co-host go. Owen is casting the next series together with Fogged. And unfortunately, Pyrian is still sick, so he won't be here today. But luckily, we have enough people here to cover for him because, well, because we were just very prepared. That's us. That's us here in the Shiver Show, very prepared. And with that, let me welcome in my new co-host, refreshed from his cast, and also our guest of the day, of the series. They're trying to open the door. It looks like there you go. That was a rough one, Will.
Well, I didn't know if it was my cue or not.
Oh, it was your cue. And Pigeon here as well, of course.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back.
I'm feeling a bit outnumbered today.
Outnumbered?
Yeah, no Pyrian. Like, you know, we had British kind of superior on the couch.
Yeah, but we lump Euros together, so it's all good.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so.
Yeah, but soon they're not Euros anymore. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
then?
we're gonna just unplug ourselves and just float off.
Ah,
Close enough.
close enough. Hey, Pigeon, you had your first cast yesterday here for DreamHack. What did you think?
Yeah, it was amazing. I was like a bit nervous beforehand, but then on the final day, you were all judging me like, oh man, he's gonna crash out. He's just.
Yeah, because how many months? This is your third?
This is my second.
Okay.
I'm curbed it slightly more today, Chief. And no, yesterday I was like on 5 or 6. And it's like, you know, it's monster o'clock. Let's keep going. But no, the first game was like Cat was kind of like, you know of us, aren't you? I was like, a little bit. He's like, you're on hype 24/7. You're like, Commodore was like, yeah, that's great. I mean, Cat was really natural, really easy to cast with. We kept going, turning into Lord of the Rings nerds in the series and like making Boromir references. It was great. But yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, I'm loving DreamLeague so far. It's amazing.
Yeah, you know all about casting with Cat Blitz.
Do I, though?
Do you, though?
Do I, though? Casting with him?
Just talking about Dota with him, and people tend to listen into sometimes.
Yeah. Very lucky.
Why? You sound so
You look it.
sarcastic.
What? I'm not. I'm like.
I know you're not, but you sound.
I'm very lucky to have the job that I have. And one day people will not want me to have that because that's the way that the world works. So I
Well,
should appreciate it while I still can.
Luckily, we are, I think, all very appreciative to have you and to have our jobs as well, because it's just really fun, especially since it is the Shiver Show. I hope the Shiver Show will be around for years to come. Unfortunately, I know that in a couple of days it will be,
There'll be a season 2.
maybe. But I think, my desk. Do
Yeah,
I get to
that's-
keep my desk?
No,
Is
you
it
get
a
a
solid
better one.
desk?
Yeah, it's actually a desk.
Wow.
Oh, it's
that
actually
is-
a proper one. I thought it was just
I
like,
have drawers, you guys.
Oh, dang.
see, I thought we were going to get to like final day and you're going to go Incredible Hulk, just lift up the desk and throw it off. Just really light.
No. And these are actually wooden things on there. Like,
Oh.
it's all like posh.
I mean, they clearly care. They gave you a proper desk. They think you're here to stay. That's got to be a good sign.
Yeah. See? Great. Lifted my spirits. Production is not so confident as you are, I just heard. Doesn't matter. We are going to talk about some Dota because we have got our second elimination match. We can look at the brackets first to see where the teams come from. Yesterday we had a day full of initial matches to decide which team went to the upper bracket and which team went to the lower bracket. And for OG, they fell short against Fnatic. And we had Pain falling short against Team Liquid.
Yeah, indeed. And it's actually, look at this. I done the tragic thing you shouldn't do, which is look on Reddit. And everyone was like, oh, yeah, OG's going to smash this. And it's like, I think this is going to be much closer than the previous series you had. I mean, Pain, they almost snatched the game from Liquid last night. And they look pretty good. And I think, like me, looking at the lineups, I think the ones that I like to watch out of these two teams is their POS 4s and their POS 3s.
Okay.
So you got like S4 he kind of is a pioneer in the mid lane, moving to the off lane. He's kind of all about that control lane. That's what I love about the guy. And then Tavo is what I call like a more of a selfless off laner. He's which fits the current meta, right? Because it's all about just creating as much space. If you die a few times, it's fine. Just be that kind of take the beating, right? Be the punch bag. And then POS 4s, we love to see our aggressive POS 4s. Jerax, fantastic, and King RD just getting so much credit recently for his outstanding performances.
Yeah, we're going to see if they can be key players indeed again for the upcoming match. For OG, they have, of course, got Sebastian as a stand-in. Luckily, we have a chance to talk to him, had a chance to talk to him. At least Owen had a chance to talk to him right before the game.
Yes, thank you very much, Shiva. I'm here with Mad, of course, from OG. Mad, yesterday you had a couple of tough games, albeit against Team Fnatic that are on the up and up at the moment. Has there been anything positive that you've been able to take away from the series yesterday?
Yeah, of course. There's always a lot of positive stuff you can learn from losing, more than winning actually. So we looked at these games and we looked at what we did wrong. We didn't get to play many games ever since the change. We didn't get to practice so much. So this is a learning process, and these games definitely helped. They helped. It was a rough way to learn, but as long as we were learning, we're happy.
And in terms of sort of yourself personally coming into the lineup and playing as part of the team again, how much does it differ for you from sort of a solo sort of ranked MMR standpoint? Because you're obviously very much up there in the leaderboards, but it seems to be definitely a different sort of environment when you actually play as part of OG.
It's very different. I mean, I'm familiar with playing professional competitive, but it's been a while now, and of course it's different. There's also the fact that the coaching before, everything is just so much different. So it's hard for me. It's not always that easy to like know my role, or like not overstep certain times, and also to focus on myself, because I'm trying to find what I have to do exactly, and this is all part of the learning process for myself and for the team. So it will take a bit of time, and if it doesn't, great. If it does, we're also fine with that. So.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to see what OG can pull out, especially with yourself here on LAN at the Corsair DreamLeague Season 9. Thanks for that, Matt, and good luck with the game.
OG's here to learn, and they have a chance to learn against Pain Gaming, who is the top team in their region right now in South America. We are in the draft of game number 1 of this best of 3. Will, what do you want to see from these teams in this first game?
Aggression.
Aggression.
Both the games that I've seen Pain play, at least, when they were very aggressive, they had some success. And a little bit more discipline. Discipline, I think, is the key term for both these sides. And by the way, like, this is one of the more dramatic, like, drop-offs we've seen in some time. Like, we are so used to seeing OG, like, sustain periods of success.
Yeah.
In any other time period, we'd say, like, oh, they would run over Pain. And this is not to say that Pain is a bad team. In fact, I think they're very underrated. But it's more to say, like, OG used to be, like, the pinnacle
Top
of, like,
dog.
consistency.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that, partially because they have a different roster at the moment, right? So how much do you contribute that to roster, and how much do you contribute that to just current form? Because obviously they didn't look too hot with Resolution, because that's, they let them go for a reason.
Yeah, I think part of it is kind of like, I think the current meta is, we were saying about Drax being the big thing. I think some of his heroes are less popular. Like Earthspirit is a hero this man is known for so much, but Earthspirit, we don't see it picked as much anymore. It just seems a bit weird, a bit shaky. I think part of it does come down to the change in the way the game is played at the moment, but also, yeah, I think this sudden roster change, it does have an impact. You can't deny it.
Yeah. It's hard to judge this roster too harshly anyways. It's just, big OG fan here. I think everyone is in Dota. Like,
Yeah.
they were so consistent, and but it's, you gotta, if you're a fan, you gotta give them some time. This is like, Seb apparently knew that he was playing like 3 days before this. They had no time to scrim or anything like that. There was no preparation. It was just hop in and let's see what happens. So I think they're trying to make the best of things. Good luck to them.
Yeah, learning is always good, as he says. And you know what? For OG, if they don't come top 4 here, they don't care. Or at least, for results they care. But in terms of points, they're not eligible anyway. Their goal right now is open qualifiers, because that's the only way they're going to still make it to TI, right?
Exactly. I mean, this is the kind of thing for them. I think the best way they can actually approach these new tournaments is just experimenting, trying new things, just go maybe a little bit outside the comfort zone. Maybe we see an entirely different OG today, and that might actually be something that gives them the edge.
I'm a fan of people that make roster changes. If you're like in the middle of the pack, it's what I said about Na'Vi. It's like, Na'Vi looks okay.
But are they going to win TI?
Yeah, I got flamed for it, but I was just like, this is not a team that's going to win TI with their current roster. And so they should switch. And, one way or another, they did, right?
Yeah.
They moved out 2 players, they brought in 2 new ones, and they look a lot more promising now.
Oh, yeah.
But some kind of change is always necessary. Like, Dota players do not accept the middle ground. You are not happy being in this, like, 5th to, like, 10th slot. That is not what you shoot for. And when you talk to OG, like, they're like, the reason why we made this is because we might sneak into TI. Maybe. But there's no way they felt like they were winning it with their current form and their current roster.
Hey man, you're right. It's like when we were interviewing the teams yesterday, they were all saying, top 4. He's right. They don't want to be 5 to 10. You want to at least be top 4. That shows some improvement. And this is a game we play to win. As much as we love the personalities, we love to have a laugh. At the end of the day, these teams, they're doing this for a living. They want to be on top. They want to be at TI. They want to be smashing this. And I mean, I think Will's right. It's the perfect time to make these changes. You know, when it's not working out for you, it's been a few months. OG just kind of been looking a bit on edge.
Yeah. Middle of the field, especially when you've experienced such success already. Like this team is used to winning majors,
That's a rough one.
but it's a bit different. On the other side, like Pain, I like their draft so far. Talking more about the draft,
Yeah.
I think AA Viper as an opener is very cool. We saw something pretty close to that at Jakarta. EG and DC were opening AA DK.
Yeah.
So you just pick this tanky core, you follow through with this AA, just like a mid core that can play anything.
This is looking inspired by Liquid actually, because Liquid ran the same thing against them last night. So maybe just taking a little bit of inspiration. It looked like Liquid having a lot of fun with that lineup. I think I like compared at the time. It's like watching new meta versus meta from like a year ago with your ancient apparitions, your Vipers, or your Venomancers just coming out. It's heroes we don't see as much anymore, but still so impactful.
I'm actually very excited for Pain Gaming. I think they are arguably the best team coming out of South America at the moment, and I don't know, I'm looking forward to see that region be like top contender, not just, you know, to do okay against teams, to have a chance against teams, but to actually consistently win against teams. And I think this team can actually get to that point.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying at the start, I think Pain are like the outside runner, but they've got a sure shot. There's a lot of potential in that team, and I think they're only at the beginning of this journey.
Yeah.
So
They came second last Sunday in WESG, and I think we mentioned it yesterday as well. They were up in the finals against Virtus Pro minus no one. So, and they made the games look close.
And
Yeah,
now they
that's
had to
not
play
easy.
against Liquid minus Miracle.
Yep. And they made that game definitely
And now they
look close as well.
play OG minus like this.
Oh,
is the,
I sense a trend.
yeah, this is their theme.
This is their thing.
is this going to be the year we just see an SA team smash TI? I mean, you know, that might be a little bit of a shot, a long shot, but you know, they've got a better. I'll always say everything just compare back. They've got a better chance of UK Dota, which we still don't even have a team shown. But yeah, I think SA is the region to watch at the moment. You know, NA's been looking a bit shaky recently. Europe is always making to the events you expect.
We just won the most recent LAN.
That's true. I'm saying like if you compare it previously though, it was kind of like it's back and forth.
NA?
It's kind of a close region. You've got, I'd say, like 3 teams. Would you say like?
AG Complexity, Optic. I
Yeah.
think Complexity kind of is out of that top 3 at the moment, and Optic hasn't looked good, and EG is definitely
Yeah, EG's
that's
coming.
the best one right now.
Optics looked okay.
Optics had
They
some
took,
Yeah,
good
but
they
they've
took
been so
game. They took
shaky.
a game off of VP. I don't
It's
know.
not. It's not enough to take a game off VP. Do they have any points?
No. You know.
There
Okay.
you go.
You know what
There
it
you
is? It's that I only have pride once people start insulting.
Oh, I wouldn't insult
North
NA.
America.
Like, most
No.
of the casting I've done recently has been AI. I'm kind of embedded in it now. I love watching it.
It's a little bit of an uncertain region, I think.
Yeah,
It's,
anything can happen,
Yeah.
which is nice. It's like China, right? As well, China's the same way.
Disruptors the follow up. They take away.
Oh, I like this. I actually like the Naga coming out as well for the side of Pain. They've got a lot of lockdown here. They should be able to get a lot of kills in laner phase. Disruptor's more about like level 1, that kind of harassment out, fun to strike. You want to get to a quick 2.
You want to aggro though. I think
Yeah.
they're gonna go Beastmaster Naga duel off.
That's pretty nice as well, because like Naga with minus armor plus the aura from Beastmaster. Terrorblade, and they're quick with these picks.
Yeah. So what are we thinking about this draft so far? We got a lot of aggression coming out from Pain. A lot of short cooldowns as well.
I like this.
That's good.
I like the aggression coming out in Pain, as you said. Like against Terrorblade as well. I don't know if you said this as well, but the Riptide really evens up the playing field for you to just chase him down. Metamorphs is still very dangerous, but there's gonna be a lot of pressure on Tusk to just land the good shards so they can actually turn it into kills.
I think that when you pick a TB against these kinds of cores and these supports, like you're pretty assured that you're in a position where you're gonna win late game, and you can force things out pretty hard. It's always like when you're the better team, you almost always want to put the enemy on the timer. It's like the general rule of thumb.
That's a fair point. I mean, we kind of saw it like the last series when Immortals was at that point where they didn't meet their timing off the lane phase. They were just kind of curbing off against.
They need a mid matchup though that does okay against this Viper. Maybe they even dual lane themselves on the side of OG. Because if you're gonna win in a game like this, just like from the 4 picks that we see on each side, it's like Pain has to dominate the lanes, and they have the heroes for it right now.
Yeah.
Like Beastmaster Naga is really strong. A is a very good 5 position support. Viper very rarely loses lanes.
Where do they actually want to go here?
It might even be like a core Naga. That would be the
But that would be the curveball
yeah,
for
that'd be
Sentry.
man.
ultra plot twist.
I don't think that's gonna happen though. I mean,
You got Beastmaster already, so
It
it's
should-
quite unlikely.
happen. But late game, you know, Naga can always transition into something more than the 4 positions. So that's good.
Yeah, like another hero we don't see that does that as often is Vengeful Spirit. Another one that used to be the go-to for that factor. Naga seems to have taken that over, especially with the Meteor Hammer, just a beautiful combo these days. Or disgusting if you're on the receiving end.
Poor vengeful spirit.
One day she'll return. Maybe, you never know, it might be a surprise at TI.
Need some patches first, but luckily we have patches every 2 weeks
I
now.
know,
so
it's
we're
great.
Gucci. All right, so looking for the last ban coming out from OG, what would they be worried about?
Just counters to their TB.
Counters to the Terrorblade?
Anything with like high spikes and magic damage early on, because obviously TB's got a lot of armor to work with, so right clicks aren't the biggest concern for him. It's actually when you can spike out damage.
If you're Pain, you could just like all in on the laning phase too and take something like Razor and just run at everybody.
What do you think about Quap picks? So like Puck natural counter to the Quap could be maybe they're thinking of that. They're trying to get that aggression out themselves while
For who?
also for the side of OG.
OG last pick Quap.
Maybe?
I think Quap versus Viper's pretty.
That's pretty brutal. Yeah.
So is the matchup against Naga.
Have we seen Seb play Death Prophet both games yesterday?
Yeah. Normally
This is
the
still in
heroes that
pool.
I'm used to him seeing is like Death Prophet, Mag. His Mag's pretty well known.
Was his OD not very big as well when he was
Yeah.
playing for Sigma?
Mag, OD.
Yeah, and OG's got first pick here, so maybe you go someone a bit like, I'd say OD or the DP's a safer pick. Dragon Knight seems like an outer bound one. Maybe Pain want to go for it, but I think if you see the OD, definitely a bit reluctant to see that.
It would be really chill if they decided to go for like Pugna or something last pick.
Oh yeah.
Side of Pain and just run at them.
Oh, there you
It's
go.
effect
Ooh.
OG did
OG.
take.
They go for it themselves.
And they did ban out the Weaver as well.
Yeah.
So where do you want to go with this? This one, like Pugna should be in the mid here. Brew off lane, Terrorblade safe lane. You got some choices. I still like the Quap. Again, well, not as much against some of these heroes like Disruptor, but against the Pugna, it's not too bad. You know, usually Pugna's advantage is you can decrep out and you're not worried about being right-clicked, but Quap just laughs in your face and hits you with magic damage.
Yeah.
What do you feel is missing for Pain? Because they got not a lot of tower push.
They've got
Maybe Beastmaster later on.
And you could just all in for the laning phase and take something like Razor and then dual lane the Brew, dual off lane, and you'd have pretty good lanes. Then you could rotate in to kill the Pugna with just like one movement from the Naga with net.
yeah.
But at the same time, like that would put them in such a weird position because then they have to win the game at some point against a Terrorblade with mainly single target.
Right now, Pain feel like some of the heroes seem very defensive. Nagas for the resets. And actually, I'll go
Medusa it
a
is.
little bit more defensive. I mean, if you make the space, the Medusa, we've seen it before, like yesterday, it has a huge impact. But I think OG are going to try and pressure this really early on.
What's important for this game for the teams, Will? What are we gonna see?
I think for Pain, they have the NA Classic, have a good laning phase, try to roll as hard as you can. Duel off to try to slow down. Like Beastmaster Naga, I think would work quite well. Try to get aggressive as possible early on.
All right, and who do you think is gonna take this, Darren?
I think it's on Pain to bring the pressure in the lane phase. If they can't, if it goes too late, OG have it. So I'm going to say, with what they got, I don't know, I still kind of like Pain for this.
All right. Will, are you agreeing with that, or are you going for OG?
I think that... Let's go with OG. Why not?
All right. Oh, we'll keep it nice and split. I like that. Let's find out which one of the two is going to have the right of it as we head into our first game of this best of 3 series with OD Pixel and Fogged.
Yeah, thank you very much, Shiva. We're getting ready for Pain Gaming versus OG. We've just seen the 2 lineups, and Pain Gaming, they have slipped through this 5th pick Medusa. They obviously feel confident in it. Looking at the heroes, is this is a good game for Medusa? If you do OG not have a lot to deal with it?
So 4 of their heroes aren't not the best versus Medusa. However, the Terrorblade is looked as one of the better heroes actually versus Medusa because of Reflection. Let's see that Medusa gets very large at one point. You pop Reflection, that Medusa is going to kill a lot of her allies too. We'll see how they're going to make it work. I do agree with what the panel's saying though. Pain is looking a little bit more on that lane dominance, while OG, they're looking to take a little further, but they do have a mixed balance between with that Pugna. So I'm wondering what kind of matchups they're going to try to get here. We've seen, we actually got the ones to see during the qualifiers, a lot of this Brewmaster versus Viper in the mid lane. I think that's what they're trying to get, but we also overheard a little bit of OG talking during the draft, and they were like, oh, we're pretty sure that this is going to be a Viper safe lane, and they're going to pick some hard carry. So they actually got the read properly, and yeah, looking at this Terrorblade set, it's pretty cool. I really like that green Terrorblade.
Well, let's see. If, as you say, OG had the read in terms of the draft. We'll see if Pain have the read in terms of these lanes. Notail at the moment up and on his lonesome.
So they are going to put the Brewmaster mid, as we were mentioning. He wants to get versus that Viper. And they're going to go for aggro pressure with the Pugna's item choices too. Wind Lace, double regen. Those aren't mid items.
The battle begins.
We'll see how this works with Mad. Of course, we've seen 2 games on LAN with Mad playing, what was it, the DK both times? At least he played the 2 different roles that we saw.
Mad? Mad played Death Prophet and DK.
That was it.
Yeah.
And he played the DP mid in one of the games, and both of them proved to be quite tough. But switching it up again here, the Pugna overall, do you think you can get away with having it aggressive in this sort of a game? This is a good game for a Pugna to sort of get ahead, and Pain may suffer with the pressure that the Pugna can put on?
I've mostly seen only EG really playing this dual aggro with the Pugna, and it's been phenomenal every single time. I'm a huge fan of this hero. I actually think it's incredibly good. Well, EG and I think Liquid. Liquid hasn't been playing it so much as often, but yeah, this hero is incredibly powerful if you get someone to sit behind you. So I do think that he could get a lot. Sure, he might die a couple times in laning phase, but that's kind of the nature of this hero. You die a few times, and then you're able to pressure the lane quite heavily.
So who's struggling the most in these lanes? Is there a lane that you look towards and you sort of say this is going to be a bit one-sided for one of the teams?
I guess probably the Beastmaster is going to suffer the most, since he's just alone top versus this dual lane. Everybody else has dual lanes kind of set up, right? So they should be able to farm decently.
And Tavo just manning up though, trying to trade blows back with Fly. He certainly packs quite a bit of a punch, of course, for the Beastmaster.
Yeah, he saw his mana's low, but look at this pressure they're putting on the Viper. Jerax here, they've got the decrep too.
The blast charges will be popped by Arms. And he will keep himself alive, but certainly starting to see that pressure really keep the Viper low in HP. He's got the regen though ready. Does have a Tango and a Salve at his availability if he feels the need to commit with it.
I like how they know that this AA is sitting in the mid lane, so they're like, okay, we can feel free to play very aggressive down bottom.
Mid lane CS, S4, 4 for 0. HFN, 8 for 4. Having that extra bit of help from the AA though, as you say. Sure, bottom lane gets a bit squishier in sense of Pain Gaming just having the 2 there, but the mid lane, the presence of the AA is certainly securing HFN a good start against S4. Tavo.
Trying to drag the creep wave, we'll be able to get it.
Yeah, not too much that Fly could do here. Just the level 2, of course, on Disruptor.
Bottom lane's going very, very well for OG though. They even pulled the wave and denied a lot of those creeps to the side of Pain. So Mad on this Pugna will be having a great time with the Tusks sitting down bottom. Not actually dying early on at all on Pugna. This is very, very nice because of the Tusks positioning. King RD stepping up. They're going to get aggressive here now. Naga.
The roll in, they got the sharp block off as well. King RD tries to make his way around it as Arms slows down them.
Dodges the blast.
That's cute.
Very nice
we'll get him
play.
out of there.
Should have been okay anyway with the one charges, but still, nice little play.
But definitely overall, the CS of Arms' Viper being slightly affected, as you can see with the comparison between him and Notail up on the top safe lane for OG. As Notail certainly having the much more favourable time in terms of side lanes. Bottom lane, Jerax is getting low. They'll come in with the Riptide, and Jerax, he's dead.
Get him.
That'll be your first blood. So sure, they may be struggling a bit in the CS on the Viper, but they're getting him involved in kills.
Mad's got to be careful too, how far he steps up. They don't have a net skilled up just yet on King RD, but he's about to hit level 3. Mid's not very exciting. Dusa versus Brew. We're not going to see anything cool happen there. Bottom there. There comes the net though.
They've got the Duster rotation. They look towards Mad. Cold Feet will not proc because the Snowball will be there to buy them some time, but it's only going to bring Mad closer. He'll self-decrep himself, pop the salve. Can he actually play his way out of this one? Mad turns with the blast. Now Jerax trying to find Arms, finish off this Viper, but he can't do it. Jerax will fall. Arms
8 HP.
only just survives with the blast from Mad is not enough, and now Mad himself, he's in trouble. RD comes in with the Riptide. It's 3 for 0. Pain Gaming starting to absolutely sort out this bottom lane at the start. You know, as we said, OG, they were able to slow down the farm of the Viper, but these rotations, these sort of plays, that bottom lane going absolutely in favor of Pain Gaming now.
Yep. King RD having all those one charges, having that Mango as well to expend to go for that double kill. Gives him just enough. Even though you saw that neat play from Mad, you know, he did the decrep and he salves up and they try to turn. They just shy of killing that Viper.
Jerax will spot out King RD hovering around the middle lane. But not too much that he can do in terms of just make sure that the Naga Siren walks away.
S4 got sent back to base too, eating a couple snakes. He's melee hero versus Dusa, understandable. We'll have the bottle finished up though for that extra sustain, but you do see that Dusa pulling far ahead in the last hits, of course, in that matchup.
OG will definitely be looking towards No-Tap as the one to do something big out of the laning stage, as he has had the greatest time.
And it's an excellent Terrorblade game for various reasons versus that Beastmaster, to get that inner beast whenever you pop reflection in the team fights, and there's not really that much crazy control that you see on the side of Pain. It's a roar, so there should be very available options for him to get the Sunders off in the middle of the team fights if he does get low.
Down bottom, King RD was looking for the opening to get an out onto Mad, but Jerax is in the neighborhood, ready to react to any sort of those plays. Duster does come across. He's aware now of Jerax's position. Jerax
Gets the trap.
he does. He'll be able to get a few punches in onto this.
Holds the snowball.
And there it comes. Dodges the cold feet proc. Goes in onto Duster. King RD has come in to try and help out, but not much that King RD can do to keep his AA alive. We'll go for the Riptide onto Jerax, but there's the rotation from S4 and OG. They may look to try and catch out RD as well. Arms is on the high ground though. Same time up top, Thunderstrike down onto Tavo. The blast comes in down bottom onto King RD. Sharp block there again as well. Jerax will trap down King RD. Goes for the TP out. He's actually going to make it. King RD does the maths, knows that he can get out of there, and will keep himself safe. So at the end of the day, a bit of attention drawn away by S4 from that mid lane, top lane. Tavo glimpses back under the cover of No-Tail's damage from the Metamorphosis. Fly will be allowed to dive in and help get the kill.
Trying to keep this catapult as long as possible, tanking the wave with that healing self. Rotations now coming out from the supports, both the Naga and the AA.
This is going to be a very quick tier 1, potentially, but they'll certainly try and do something with it. Here we have the combo. The Naga Siren net into the cold feet, locking down No-Tail, and No-Tail, he's going to pay for that one. Hangs around a little too long. So much disabled between the Naga Siren and the Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, he wouldn't have even gotten the Sunder off even if he had it skilled, but he's gone for just the double illusion, or the 3 in illusion and 3 in meta. Yeah, oversticking his bounds too far. Pays costly. Now S4 though, level 6 on the brew, haste in the bottle as well. They're looking for a smoke movement. They can easily pressure this Viper.
I'll see what they can catch out.
They can actually get a kill on either of the big cores, the Dusa or the Viper, with this rotation.
I guess ideally the Viper. Viper would be the juicy one. Well, we'll see. We're going to be able to get ourselves straight back into the action.
It's what they want to prioritize, right? I think they can be like, oh, this Dusa, we might want to be able to get a ward down and watch the Ancient stacks, or we can kill this Viper and get into a tower push with the Pugna coming down. And it looks like it will be bottom. Mad will be porting down as well. So killing the Viper, they can threaten tower with the Decrep, with the Nether Blast. And
They got the opening here from S4. Pops the ult straight away. No messing around for the attempt on this kill, as they'll slowly but surely bring Arms down, tries to get himself back underneath the tower, but the boulder flies through as well as the Nether Blast. OG will claim the life of Arms. We'll now proceed to try and get some damage done to that tier 1 tower. At the same time though, at top, Pain, they're getting aggressive.
he's got Thunder skill this time, and the TP's heavily coming in from OG Pain.
Cold Feet will tick in onto No-Tail, but indeed Tavo, he's sort of been left alone here. King RD, he's TPing out the snowball glimpse. It's going to catch them though. They've held back both of Pain. Tavo, pretty speedy. He'll be able to run himself away as OG will turn their attention towards King RD and will take the Naga Siren down. He does manage to get the bounty rune on the way out.
Tavo actually turns and kills Jerax
and
while
King
he's
RD,
running.
he's not dead. Can they not actually finish him off?
He's gone.
Oh
he's fast.
my goodness.
372.
They both get out.
You see how they Delta split too? They were just like, both of us run opposite directions,
worked.
and they get a kill because of
I
it?
can't believe King RD didn't go down there.
Wow.
He gets out, and now mid lane, there's going to be an attempt onto HFN, but HFN's got backup. OG, a couple of plays where they've not got what they wanted.
I can't believe that happened. I can't believe they both survived.
Walked away.
And they get a kill out of it. Unbelievable.
King RD coming back in, does have to be close out, careful how close he gets to No-Tail. Bottom lane, openings down to Arms. There's a slow down Mad with the Viper's trap, but Mad holds his ground, goes for the life chain. Jerax has the control as Arms will be slowed down. Will run himself away into the tree line, but the punches come through for Jerax, and the Viper will fall.
There's quite a limited amount of ways to actually stop the life drain as well in this game. Like we're mentioning, very limited stuns on the side of Pain. Here we go, Tavo gets decrept, lots of damage coming in. He's turning onto Jerax, but here, again, life drain.
The snowball is close, but Tavo was to verify. He started to go back in on that one. Maybe wondered if he could get a last axe out but Mad, he had enough mana for a follow-up Nether Blast. So 5 for 5 now between these two teams, as the game, as it stands, pretty even.
Yeah, both teams have a tower taken out, but I think OG did deny that mid one, while OG got top tower without it being denied by Pain. HFN has been quietly farming though. Top of the net worth has now surpassed the Terrorblade. Has that 4-4-1 build and has one double ancient stack at least for himself. And again, Bruce splits back up. OG, no hesitation. They really want to keep using those cooldowns ASAP. Linked out Torn Arms. And again, with the Pugna TPing down.
3 euros down.
Pain,
But
they
it's
are all responding.
Yeah, Pain will definitely have a chance to try and react to this one. The Viper's going to be opened up on. You can see Duster considering how he can help out here. Primal Split popped by S4. No messing around as they will secure the kill onto the Viper. They do also get the clearance back onto Duster. Into the Nether Blast. They chase down the AA. Duster turns. He accepts his fate. OG will be successful with the rotation. Get themselves the double kill for S4. And get him closer and closer to that Blink Dagger. 1,700 gold on S4 at the moment. But bottom lane, they want to hold the defense here, Pain. They're TPing an HFN. Mad goes for the Celtic. Crepifying with the life trade. It comes close to bring them down. But here's HFN turning up. He'll cut down on the Pugna. Look towards S4. S4 is trying his best to run his way out of there. But he's been slowed down and taken down. HFN grabs the double. This time Pain the ones with the superior TP rotations and reactions, as they do not want to let OG get this tier 1 tower down bottom anytime soon.
Very nice that they can get their Deuce involved this early. Now they can turn it into a tower push of their own, while No-Tail will be going toward mid. I believe he has an item already coming out. I think it's the Dragon Lance with meta available. Don't know if Pain can respond to mid without Roar being online.
And it really is stepping out to be, as you say, the HFN versus No-Tail.
Yeah.
Who is going to be the bigger, better carry. Both sitting at around 6k net worth, as they are quite far ahead of anyone else in this game.
They're
At
looking to
just 11 minutes
contest
in.
as well. King RD, he's got sleep available.
Let's see what they can do. RD comes in, takes a lot of damage though, and King RD, he's just going to die. He's dead. No-Tail has been hit by the Ice Blast. He's looking for a Sunder target, and he'll find it. Rolls in. Sunder, of course, brilliant against that Ice Blast. You do not care about it if you're a TB.
I'm very surprised Pain went for that defense. Without having Roar available, it's very, very tough for them to keep the lockdown on No-Tail.
HFN's come in, but he's been glimpsed back. So Tavo was trying to lead him, maybe look for a Roar opportunity. But without the damage of the Medusa, they're going to be unlikely to do so.
OG punching back, now claiming the gold advantage. They almost have the Blink Dagger as well on S4. It's going to be real nice for them to have that real initiation. Pain kind of suffering in that department a bit. They need Tavo in those situations to have that lockdown for that TB to bring No-Tail down. King RD though has queued up the Meteor Hammer, as we've been seeing so often on Nagas. So then they will actually have a combo to come in with Naga, because right now their combo is pretty limited if they do actually get the sleeps off.
And they've got a lot of setup for that Meteor
Shards
as well.
actually catch
It
HFN
does.
here.
It blocks him in. Just on the side of the shards, and they've got the setup for the kill. Life Drain will get the job done. At the same time, though, Arms was able to kill off No-Tail, so both teams losing their big carry. We'll see if OG can get anything more out of this, as they will look towards RD. And again, these shards, Jerax stepping it up here in the series where it's absolutely needed. They'll get King, RD as well. So OG get 2, but as I say, up top at the same time, got Pain getting the pressure on. They're able to get No-Tail off the map, and they'll look to claim themselves a tier 1 tower as well. So a carry kill and a tier 1 traded for a carry kill and a support kill. Still continues to be a very even playing ground, this team.
Yeah,
this game.
they actually didn't even have to use the Roar to kill No-Tail. I believe it was just Arms kind of running him down, maybe with a combination of the AA. Some deep wards coming in now from OG after they get those kills, after they get those the kill on the Dusa.
They could look to fight this though. S4 with the blink and the primal split. Pain have to be a little bit careful. They know Pain. They're backing off.
That's a dangerous like position to be in the enemy jungle when you're versus this this Brewmaster, who's very, very powerful at this moment in time. HFN will continue to farm. We'll be going for a Linken's early on, it looks like. on that Dusa.
Mad down bottom. Let's look for the setup. So the crab, they've got the static stone as well. Fly holds. King RD in place. They'll take the kill. Same time. The Pain able to stay inside of the jungle and get themselves the kill onto the Tusk. They'll lose Duster for it though. He's left behind as the Glimpse came in time to hold back the AA. OG get a second.
They want another too.
They do.
S4.
S4 jumps forward. Has to slow onto Tavo. Looking to hold him down. Tavo will turn with the Axis, but the Decrep, Mad's come in as well. And with the life drain, Mad will find it. Gets the double kill.
Man, I love Pugna.
I mean, I was good at Mad as he's stepping it up this game. We saw him have a couple of rough ones yesterday, but this game
Gets
he's
a
having
glimpse on arms too.
a huge impact on the Pugna. And indeed, they'll drag him back. He goes for the TP out. Will he make it in time? He will.
Wow, that was close.
Arms getting out of there. Oh, yeah, the Pugna pick and the Pugna play has certainly been quite something so far. Mad consistently getting himself involved in the plays that OG are looking to make.
OG's just staying very, very aggressive, and they're trying to hold on to this Bruce split as long as possible. S4 still has it, so they feel very, very comfortable making these aggressive plays with that available. Duster stepping up pretty far here. Fly has eyes on it, but all of Pain is kind of in the area here. They might be able to just kill the AA though before that Pain can react. But Pain they will trade. Duster
These
for Jared.
trades, I mean, each and every time. We see OG getting a kill, same time Pain somewhere else getting something in return. Keeping it incredibly even and incredibly close in terms of net worth. And HFN, he is top of that at the moment on his Medusa.
Very close though. They actually make the
wow.
hit with
This-
the medallion.
This absolutely, in a game that's as close as this is, getting the Roshan and the Aegis, I think this is going to totally catch OG off guard. The pings are coming out from OG. I think they're aware with no one defending tier 2 and no one pushing in any of the lanes that this is being gone for. Can they actually get in time to do something about it? The TPs are coming through, but Pain, they brought this so
Flies
low.
here, he's got ulti.
Can he get in time? They'll put the static storm. S4 jumping in, he's looking for the play, but there's the Roshan down. Tavo grabs the Aegis as Pain will also take the kill. The song coming through from King RD. Pain, can they look to take this fight as well? They pop the Stone Gaze. They'll look towards Fly. Fly trying to back himself up. The focus from the Primal Split going on to Arms is Viper. They've cut down the Viper with
Look
the
at the
split.
base bottom.
S4's held in place.
No
the Ice
Tail's
Blast
pushing.
comes out to the Disruptor, but indeed the split push. They've got to watch out. Look at this Terrorblade going in. He's taken a tier 3 tower and will get out of there. So OG, they do lose 2 around the pit. Maybe even 3 as Jerax will be chased as well here. Pain. Nice shards. He is going to be ticked down by the urn of Shadows. Another charge. Will it be enough?
He's got the snowball.
it's-
Oh, he pops the urn on himself before snowballing too, before the damage tick comes out. So a
Needs
little
a
bit
little
extra
counterplay.
healing. But I mean, he would have probably lived anyway. But still.
So what do we have
Blood.
here? King RD. Is he should get at it. Has he got a TP scroll if he wants?
There's an S and Y on this Terrorblade. He
That's
actually
that.
has chase potential here. The
yeah.
proc, the main proc,
King RD's having some issues.
the illusion. Okay, he's got stick charges.
I mean, but
No
it's
touch.
actually going to save him though. Nota's going to continue to chase.
He's got him with that sigil slow.
All right.
That's a
So-
S and Y purchase.
It did the job then. So, Pain Gaming, they got the Roche, they got the Aegis, they got a couple of kills.
But they lost the.
They lost a couple of kills.
Yeah, Aegis
And-
They lost their hero too at the Aegis, and they lose a lot down bottom. That's
lost-
definitely a big win for
Yeah.
OG.
Hey, and look at this as well. HFN says, no, tell you're buying S&Y in this game, I'm getting S&Y too.
Okay. Some early stats because they're getting pretty involved on these big carry heroes. 5-1 on HFN.
Oh, gets glimpsed back though into the grab of S4, static storm down as well. Fly S4, Jerax surrounding him. Jerax already looking for the backline, see if we can find anyone else. Matt's got the damage. Decrepifying life drain. Takes the Medusa out of the fight, and now with the Metamorphosis, No-Tail looking for more, looks towards King RD. King RD will get taken down, no Song of the Siren available for him. The kinetic field's down, trapping the rest of Pain. Mad with the double kill, they found 3. No-Tail looks towards Arms. Tavo gets glimpsed back into the midst of it all, does get the axes out, but they've lost the life of Arms. Jerax finds the kill with the shards. They pick off the Beastmaster too. OG get the team wipe.
HFN didn't have Mana Shield on. He died so fast there because he didn't have that active, and No-Tail comes in with the flank with that Metamorphosis, and OG just handedly take that fight because of all that.
And now
what just happened?
We're at a point where 19 minutes in, No-Tail, if he wants it, he can have a BKB on top of the S&Y, and that is an incredibly scary Terrorblade at this stage of the game.
Oh no, Pain. disastrous mistakes coming
I
in
don't
play.
think we're going to see him walk around with that off anymore. He's just got to keep it on all the time.
Yeah, never again turn that one off. Sure, he gets caught by the static storm
There we go.
afterwards, so he
It's
doesn't.
on.
But
And
yeah,
it's not
very-
coming back off.
very costly.
Don't press that button, HFM. Just, rip the E key off your keyboard.
OG had a very nice flank there coming in, and you can see they're playing very, 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 very quick this game, getting these
They
constant glimpses coming in from flies. 2-1 and 12 on the disruptor, getting the perfect catches every single
And I like this.
occasion.
Anytime we see a team get team wiped, bam, don't sort of sit back, play it passive, get yourself back into the face of the opponents, and they're doing that with this smoke.
There's no meta available, but there is still primal split.
There
for
is,
OG.
yeah, there is, and there's static storm backup. It's not necessarily an easy fight, but
The
Pain,
scan.
they can find a pick off.
Scan catches Pain, making this move, and the Sigil will scout HFN, so they do know they're in the area.
Top shrine has fallen.
I can't believe that just happened, Owen.
I don't think HFN can either. He's going to be kicking himself for that. Just having that little bit of extra survivability could have certainly offered a chance for the Stone Gaze and turn around, but there's no sort of in and around that. Pain's still certainly in the game. Sure, now they are having to deal with the fact that they're 8k behind in net worth in a game that for the most part has been incredibly close.
No-Tail just runs in to get that reflection going. Trying to start the fight.
They've got the glimpse back, but the song comes through from
Oh.
King RD. Can Pain get a kill out of this? No-Tail is there on the front. Ice Blast, Meteor Hammer's coming out on the sideline. They're looking for S4. No-Tail pots the BKB that he's now picked up. He looks towards HFN. HFN falling on the man of Tavo, goes for the Roar, but it's not going to hold anyone back. No-Tail just continues to chase down. 5
Meta's
stroke
back.
over there, but the Meta is up and it's enough damage to claim Tavo's life. They get the control as well onto HFN as he gets glimpsed back. 2 down on Pain Gaming. Duster trying to speed himself away. He's going for the Jukes and always... Oh, Fly. He knows. He pings it out.
The last hit of the the meta, because the meta actually got outranged for the illusion, just enough to get in range to clean up that AA, and OG claiming a big advantage. And
Oh.
oh,
Looks like we had a bit of the old Carlo. Should be fun.
looks like they're gonna come back in.
Looks like we're gonna go back.
It seems like it hiccuped like once or twice in this game, but that was a nice save there by Jerax. He was able to get the snowball to stop the Meteor Hammer combo to take out S4, but also meta came back up and the whole team fight becomes impossible there for Pain. Now looking very, very tough for Brazilians.
There we go. Starting to knock onto these barracks down bottom. And they are going to take these very quickly after that fortification comes off. They will have the AA backup Pain, but still without the Tavo Beastmaster and the HFN Medusa, these defenses are pretty much impossible. They have to just let the melee racks go. It's OG now. 10k lead, 22 minutes in. That one mess up in the mid lane is certainly going to come back to haunt Pain.
Yeah,
As up to that point, this game was absolutely, it was dead even.
it really was.
The farm was there for HFN. Now you're seeing a 2.5k difference between himself and No-Tail. They've got some catching up to do, and it's certainly not impossible for Pain. With this Medusa, when it comes to holding the fort with a full 5-man alive, it will be hard for OG to push into, but anytime they lose a fight outside of the base, they've got to be worried about OG just storming down a lane and taking a second set of racks now.
They also have it's really all in on HFN, right? You look at this poor Viper, 7.4k net worth, sitting on Dominator and an Ogre Club. It's not really able to be too involved versus OG's heroes.
And Mad getting closer and closer to having the BKB, and 7, 2, and 12 on Mad. He's
Had a great game.
It's, as I say, it's a definite... Mad, of course, is always going to be the focus when watching OG's games, being the stand-in. And this time round, he doesn't have to worry at all, as it's been nothing but just clean, flawless play from him on this Pugna this game.
Yeah, very few mistakes. OG overall, I haven't really seen too many this game, at least. They've been playing very, very fast-paced, constantly using this the Disruptor Glimpse. I think that's one of the most powerful things for me, just getting these catches over and over again. Making Pain, when they've been a little bit out of position, putting them super out of position, getting all these crazy pickoffs, and now Pain kind of in a little bit of a desperation mode. They're just man, their whole game plan got screwed up because of all that.
I mean, as we say, no, Pain, they're definitely not out of this one.
Not quite yet.
The way that OG's playing, And definitely the way that they've been able to sort of force these objectives, now that they know that they have this advantage, I mean, you can absolutely guarantee we're going to see OG pretty soon gear up and go for a second attempt at the high ground. And so we'll get back in. They're outside of the mid lane. 10 seconds and Metamorphosis will be there.
They got problems being able to kill this Terrorblade before the BKB was on. Now BKB's ready.
Here we go.
Big concerns for Pain.
So another tier 3 tower. Metamorphosis is popped. What can Pain Gaming to do to slow this one down? They pop the Nether Toxin out, but as you can see, just standing their ground. Reduce your illusion out, jump forward, S4, ready with the split to just disrupt the flow of Pain Gaming in this defense.
This is just for the racks. Look at that. He doesn't even focus on anyone else.
There's going to be half of the health gone for these melee racks. Arm steps forward, but he's taking so much damage here that they just cannot push OG away from these barracks, and Pain, now they're starting to fall low. They'll go with a Roar attempt. Ice Blast as well coming in, but the snowball save will be there. Jerax jumps forward, gives Notel the chance to put the BKB. HFN just dies! The Sunder comes in. HFN, he's so damn low, and he has to buy back for this. They've lost King RD. Now they'll look to try and find Notel, but Notel's so big at this stage. The snowball once again comes in, buying some defensive time against that Viper strike damage. Notel just right-clicks down the Viper. He will fall for his efforts. And they get Fly as well. The Snake bounces in. Tavo goes for the axes. It's not enough to find Fly. A quick punch and a glimpse back will give OG the space to get out. Jerax sort of builds his own icy grave there with the shards as he traps himself in. So Jerax will die as well as Notel, but they get a second set of racks. Pain Gaming, they had to expend a buyback on HFN to just get OG out at the base. So OG still very much maintaining the lead here, despite Pain Gaming's best efforts to push OG back.
Yeah, they got what they came for. Lots of big items not coming out for OG. I believe the full Aghanims now finished on Mad.
S4 starting to rack up the gold. I don't know if the game will go long enough to the point, but he could certainly be thinking about just getting the Radiance on the Brute.
Yeah, I mean, he could go for the Radiance, or he can just be this Aura guy.
Sure.
Then just,
AC.
I mean, he can just go for the AC next, and that'll be probably more than enough, because you see all the buffs that actually goes on Notel. When he pops Reflection, he gets that Inner Beast. He gets all these amplifications from his Brewmaster as well, and the fights just look real hard. Metamorphosis up in 20 seconds. I believe OG's just going to try to go and take a fight right away.
Yep, there we go. To the top lane, Duster. Caught out by the Reflection. That's the AA gone. 40 seconds.
HFN is outside the base. The BKB is in the backpack too.
Oh no.
He's just dead.
He absolutely is. Stuck in the Static Storm.
No buyback. 90 seconds dead. I think that's more than enough time for
this game.
OG.
It fell apart so quick.
It really did.
It really was. You can pinpoint it down to that moment. It was even up to that point, but then that one death on HFN, everything started to fall apart. OG did everything to make sure that that one slip-up it costed them the game overall.
Don't turn Mana Shield off. I think this is what we've learned. But OG, they've been playing really well with this glimpse, getting catch after catch. They get arms pulled back.
Jerax, he's diving in deep for more. He's just snowballing towards the fountain. There'll be a buyback from the Viper. Ice Blast does come out onto Jerax. They'll take the task. They do have a fortification. King RD buying back as well. Notel for the time being, just standing his ground, will get himself out of range of the cold feet. The tier 3 tower will fall. King RD, though, has the song. They have no HFN.
The glimpse stops the meteor hammer.
Oh, he can't get the combo. And with that S4 coming back, Notel just comes in, goes for the Sunder, gets himself back to full health, brings arms down. The top racks are exposed. There'll be a buyback from Duster.
Dude, Mad's godlike.
Notel claiming the mega creeps. Pain Gaming just cannot put a stop to this one whatsoever. As OG, they found their form here in this game one.
They sure did. Mega creeps are claimed. 23k gold lead. Pain definitely out of this one. Dusa, don't think that she can 1v5 in this type of lineup.
Glimpse back onto King RD. He's in the kinetic field. Mad. He's thinking about going for it. Does have to back up because of the cold feet laid down upon him. 30 seconds, and Pain will have the full lineup back into the game. But they're against these Megas and HFN. He's being gone upon. Notel with the Sunder brings HFN down to half health.
Look at Duster almost dying to that reflection illusion. The stun comes out onto Notel.
Hey, we'll find a King RD. HFN goes for the Stone Gaze, but no one is looking at him at the moment. So HFN will affect none of the lineup of OG. OG now coming in, they know that there's no Stone Gaze. Straight away, they trap up the Medusa. The Life Drain, Static Storm holding HFN in place. He will fall. GG well played is called, and 28 minutes in, OG take game 1 of this series.
Their supports looked real good on the side of OG this time. In particular, Jerax getting some nice saves coming out, but Fly getting glimpse after glimpse after glimpse, pushing their lead ahead. And that mid-fight was probably the biggest thing for me. Sure, the Roche Pain, they were able to get that one, but they lose their 2-3, they lose a lot of heroes, but it was right after that. The fight gets taken, OG playing at a very fast pace and just catching Pain off guard.
They really did, and I think relief for OG as you say, they find sort of just the play style that they're so good with. You know, having no-till on this Terrorblade, giving the space, but at the same time a hero that can be so active.
Yeah.
And just taking objective after objective. There was no sort of umming and ahhing from this lineup. They always knew what the next move was, and they were able to take it, as Pain Gaming never really able to put a full stop to it.
Yeah, I think for Pain, whenever I see like these Nagas, I like having multiple heroes to kind of combo. This one, it's literally just himself getting like this meteor hammer combo. They don't really have anything else to go with that. They don't have a lot of lockdown either, so I felt like that was kind of their downfall, and OG just playing super fast.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see if Pain Gaming can step it up in game 2 to draw out the series, but as it stands, OG leading 1-0.